Right, so weirdly enough, this is actually the second time that we are discussing a situation regarding Pilates on this channel. The user is Pilates by Raven, a very well-known TikTok by the looks of it, right? 720,000 followers. I believe she was also on Love is Blind, but Pilates by Raven is a user who posts videos about Pilates, as you can imagine. And she recently posted a video which is now deleted, so we're going to be watching a re-upload here, but it's a video where she gives her thoughts on diversity and inclusivity in Pilates. Also, the re-upload that we're watching, by the way, has been posted by a user called LA Lewis44 or Lewis44. But yeah, either way, let's get into the video.
It's gonna be an extremely hot take for my Pilates girls. I've seen a lot of commentary surrounding Pilates and proximity to whiteness, as well as disrupting the Pilates space in order to create more diversity and inclusivity. As someone whose entire purpose of my business, my brand goals is about providing accessible and affordable Pilates to a diverse demographic of women. That is what I started all of this on, so let's talk about it.
And this is where Raven goes on to compare Pilates to a designer luxury brand.
What are some words that you think about when you think of like a really nice designer brand? I think of legacy, think about craftsmanship. I know a lot of the products are probably like handmade. People check them over and over again to make sure the quality is there, okay? The design is there, and that's why we pay top dollar, we pay our top coins for these designer items, right?
So you can kind of see where the video's going here, right? Raven is comparing Pilates to a designer luxury brand. She specifically goes on to compare it to Bottega in just a second. And basically the big reaction to this video, which we will have a look at the comments in just a second, is a lot of people saying like, it's Pilates, right? It's a form of exercise. It's not a luxury designer bag company.
Like, you would never walk into Bottega and be like, where's the diversity? Where's the accessibility? Babe, there is no accessibility. This is Bottega.
Yeah, so it's this clip in particular that a lot of people have brought up, you know, saying like, if you walk in Bottega, you wouldn't say like, where's the diversity? Because it's Bottega. I've got to say, it's a comparison I don't really understand. I'm not really sure what the correlation is between Pilates and a luxury brand. But Raven does go on to kind of explain the thought process behind it and says like, it is something that takes a lot of time to actually become an instructor for, 500 hours, she goes on to say.
I want you to think the same way about Pilates. And I know a lot of us who've just gotten into this, or maybe we're new instructors, we haven't been trained. Pilates is a legacy, okay? People have worked generations to preserve this method of exercise. Even just training an instructor classically through a good program takes 500 hours minimum, okay? Nothing about Pilates is giving cheap.
Again, this is another part of the video that a lot of people have brought up, saying that 500 hours actually isn't a lot when it comes to learning a profession. But Raven does go on to end the video saying that she is all for accessibility, but people need to think a little bit more critically.
Why things like Legree and Solid Core are more successful, right? They took away a little bit of the craftsmanship of the reformer and turned it into a megaformer. Now hire a little bit less experience in training out of instructors. That's okay, because now more people can do it, all right? And just to be clear, I am all for the accessibility of Pilates. But I do want some of the Pilates newbies to think a little bit more critically before we come on here talking about, oh, okay.
I think from the previous situation that we spoke about regarding Pilates and now this one, it really does feel like some people maybe think of Pilates as very different to other forms of exercise. And this thought process is definitely something a lot of people disagree with. There's a lot of comments in this video saying stuff like, they want to market it off as some high-end luxury service like, babe, it's just exercise. Another comment here with about 60,000 likes that says, Pilates was built on accessibility. I don't know what she's talking about. Now, it's not just the comments that disagree with Raven's video. There's a lot of people that have made response videos as well. Like, for example, a video here from a user called Aaliyah Yvette, and her response video to Raven is currently on 1.7 million views.
I think what Raven is trying to what she's really trying to do is justify her pricing as a way to put herself up. Because unfortunately, babe, I didn't think about this about you before, but I do think about you in this complex now. I think you're elitist and I think you're classes, and I think that you definitely showed yourself in that video. And if that's not who you are, then you probably need to like clarify yourself, because you do not make Pilates affordable for diverse audiences. That is not your brand. That is not your mission. And I know that for a fact because I actually tried to hire you for a Pilates class that I had a few months back that went viral. We actually sought you out and tried to hire you to do a free community event because you were new to the city of Philadelphia, and I wanted to offer Pilates free for Black women in our community. So I sought you out, and your price quote was $3,500 for one class, free for the community. Only 20 people.
But yeah, I think it goes without saying, $3,500 for one class seems like a lot of money. I don't know why you would pay someone $3,500 for one class of anything, quite frankly. And clearly, as we watch this video, Aaliyah was not happy with this quote.
You were trying to charge us $3,500 for a class. I don't know who you thought you were to even try to charge $3,500 for a class, but I thought it was bananas. And I even said, hey, like, we're a nonprofit. You sure it's $3,500? And your representative said, yeah. So your whole thing of like, oh, this is your mission, that is completely untrue. That's completely untrue. Completely. Okay? But even going back to the grand sentiment about like Pilates and it being this luxury thing and you should be paying a high price point, you should not. Pilates is also calisthenics, however you pronounce it, but basically it's movement with your full body. You're typically not using equipment with Pilates, mat Pilates in general. Solid core is really not Pilates, that's strength training with some elements of Pilates embedded. That's what a lot of people get confused. So a lot of people think solid core is Pilates, is not, okay? It has Pilates infused, but it's really strength training.
So yeah, as we can see, Aaliyah is saying that Raven is making this video to justify her high pricing. Now, another person who responded to Raven's video is Neighborhood Alki, and by the way, his response video has currently got 4 million views.
What is she talking about? Are you trying to gentrify exercise? Are you really on my phone trying to gentrify exercise? Pilates was started by Joseph Pilates, some dude that didn't have the means to exercise the way he wanted to, so he did some makeshift stuff and putting together hospital beds and stuff in Germany. What are you talking about? You trying to tell me it's only accessible to rich? It's designer exercises now? We got designer exercises.
And then, like I mentioned earlier, he goes on to talk about how 500 hours isn't actually a lot.
And then she's gonna say, well, it takes 500 hours to become a Pilates instructor minimum. That's what she did, one of them, minimum. Now, who taught you that? Who taught you this? And second of all, it takes 1,500 hours just to become a barber. What you're doing isn't something that it didn't take 5,000 hours, baby. It took 500. By your logic, my barber charged me 40 to 50 a haircut, which is 30 minutes to an hour. So for your little 30-minute to an hour class that you out here charging $300-$400 for, I told y'all getting work. Y'all out here charging $300-$400 for a Pilates class. This is a class with 10 plus people in it. By your logic, it should cost $15, maybe $20 on the high end.
And then finally goes on to question the comparison to luxury brands.
Come on now, think about these things before you post them. In what world are we comparing to exercise on a little machine with some ropes in a chair to handcrafted designer? What are you saying?
And again, the comment section of this video is just filled with people who disagree with Raven's video. Now, with this becoming obviously a big situation at this point, right? We just spoke about 2 response videos that have upwards of 5 million views in total. As you can imagine, Raven kind of had to respond, right? So she deleted the original video and then made this response video saying that she wants to kind of like explain it and address what she said in the previous video.
Start by saying classism, elitism, or anything adding to the larger conversation of like exclusion in wellness or fitness is unacceptable. Hindsight is always 2020, and I see how my words contributed to that narrative. And even though that wasn't my intention, I know that intention doesn't erase impact. But my mission has always been to share my passion for Pilates and wellness with as many people as possible, specifically women. Like, I care about women. And everyone else too. But I really care about supporting women. If I made you feel like Pilates wasn't for you, I have literally failed at my entire mission and let y'all down. Honestly, being a Black instructor in this space is what motivates me to consistently perfect my craft, to make the best possible product that I can, and to try to get the Pilates word out there with as little barriers as possible. However, creating accessibility is about more than content. It's also about culture. words, nuance, actions, and I missed the mark.
Raven then goes on to say that she's open to feedback and says that this could be the start of a positive, needle-moving conversation.
This is definitely not a woe is me video. I have always been collaborative, open to feedback. I want to have a conversation. Like, I'm an Aries. I love to shoot the shit. I want to be better. I want to serve my community better. And really, I just want better for this wellness space in general. And from some of the discourse that I'm seeing on here about my video, I really think that this could be the start of a positive and needle-moving conversation that hopefully can forge a new standard. I really believe we as women, as people of color, can create something better than what has existed before. And that was really the heart of my message.
And then finally, Raven goes on to explain that her workouts are affordable, mentions the fact that she uploads like videos on YouTube for free.
I thank you for holding me accountable and giving me the chance to gather feedback and move forward and go even harder. Let me reintroduce myself. My name's Raven. I teach Pilates and I provide free and affordable studio quality workouts. And I create brand new workouts every single week and I put them on YouTube for free. I'm also the founder of a Pilates community of women who work out from home. And it's so fun. My workouts are approachable for many levels and welcoming for everyone. And everything is free or well under $50.
Now, looking at the comment section of this video, people still clearly aren't convinced. I mean, there's a lot of comments like this one saying you literally said Pilates isn't meant for everyone. Another comment here saying this ChatGPT response, save it girl. Another comment here saying I think this also misses the mark. And another comment here saying as a black instructor, you said what you said, go get the support where you were trying to fit in, have a great one. So I think it's fair to say Raven's original video obviously didn't go the way that she expected to. Or maybe it did. I mean, she started it off by saying this is going to be like some crazy hot take, so I guess she obviously did expect people to disagree with it. It just does feel like a very weird video to post, especially when you're wanting to promote your brand, right? And you have your channel where, as she says, she posts like workouts for free and whatnot, but then she goes to TikTok and mentions like it should be seen as like Bottega, it's like this luxury brand. Saying things like that is obviously going to turn people away, right? And make you think like, okay, right, so I can't go to a Pilates class unless I'm like mega rich. But yeah, now that we have seen the response video kind of addressing the original video, I would love to know your thoughts in the comment section down below on everything that we spoke about in today's video. What's your thoughts on the original video, the response to it, also this newest update kind of like addressing the video, just your thoughts in general on the whole situation. Let me know in the comments. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, all that stuff. And until the next one, I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, goodbye.